This is the season in which soccer moves into the 70s. And tonight, details of our new style soccer programme and the Charity Shield, a first glimpse this season of Britain's most expensive player. Alan Clark there in action in the Charity Shield. And up and down the country in our various studios, some of the football talent that's been bought and sold this season during the summer for well over £1 million. In Yorkshire, for instance, Tommy Craig, £100,000, and the man who'll be working for this season, the new manager of Sheffield Wednesday, Danny Williams. In the Midlands, Colin Suggett, £100,000. Bruce Rioch, £100,000. And the men who spent the money, Alan Ashman, the manager of West Bromwich, and Tommy Docherty, the manager of Aston Villa. Now, just before we get involved in the action in our programme tonight, the Charity Shield, a quick word about the new style soccer coverage, our plans for this season. Each week, starting with next week's opening of the Football League programme, there'll be a national match of the day as usual, followed in each of the various regions by a regional match as well. So you'll be getting 2 matches plus other items, but we'll tell you more about that towards the end of the programme. We're going to start now with the action and the annual Charity Shield match, which really was the only match played today which had any sort of competitive significance. The annual meeting for the Charity Shield between the reigning league champions and the reigning FA Cup holders. The league champions, of course, Leeds United, who lost only 2 matches last season against Manchester City, the FA Cup holders. And now, waiting in our Leeds studio to have a look at the match tonight is Don Revie, who's obviously been having quite a good summer and is waiting to enjoy the sight of his team in action once more. The Allen ground packed, nearly 40,000 people in for the game. The Leeds United side, orthodox in his lineup, what we expected, but Alan Clark making his first appearance at number 8 in place of Peter Lorimer. Clark, transferred from Leicester City, the most expensive player in British football history, won £65,000. Number 11, Eddie Gray, priceless, but who cost just the signing on fee of £10. Manchester City, they played their cup final lineup, except in goal, where Joe Corrigan took over from Harry Dowd. Number 8, Colin Bell, who played so well on the England tour of South America. Joe Corrigan in goal, only 20 years of age, the new Frank Swift, according to Joe Mercer, 6 feet 4 inches. The referee, Ken Burns, the commentator, Ken Wolstenham.
Now still on route to 6. There's the scoreline, a minute to go. We have to back away. Number 11 is Gray. Bell, the Manchester goal scorer, back there. And Leeds United celebrate their new player, Alan Clark, their new beautiful turf by winning the FA Charity Shield. Yet another trophy for the boardroom of Leeds United, and onto the field now comes the President of the Football Association, who is also the President of Leeds United, the Right Honourable, the Earl of Harwood. On his left, Mr. Dennis Follows, the Secretary of the Football Association. Making up the trio, Alderman Percy Woodward, the Chairman of Leeds United. And Billy Bremner must now be quite accustomed to walking up to receive trophies. Yet another trophy for Leeds United in this incredible run of success. Run of success led so ably by Billy Bremner. And so now, Leeds United once again start a lap of honour.
Here with his thoughts on today's game is the Leeds manager, Don Revie, who's talking to Barry Davis.
Don, the first time that the name of Leeds United has been on this shield, how did you rate it as a start to the season?
Well, for the first game of the season, I thought it was exceptionally good. I thought that both teams played very attractive football, and it wasn't one of these beginning of the season games where everybody takes plenty of time to do things. You have to do things in split seconds. And I was very pleased the way the boys went today.
It was pretty warm out there too, wasn't it?
Yes, it's pretty warm in the studio, Barry, too. Yes, it was very warm out there today, but will give us a good run out ready for Tuesday night for Celtic at Parkhead.
In fact, you had a number of chances before you did finally score, and the first chance came right at the start and could have almost been a dream start for Alan Clark, because he so very nearly started the whole thing, which produced the goal in the first minute.
Yes, the one that John at the post, this is the one that Clark played it to... Well, that didn't go. I think that would have set us away. If that one had gone in, I think that would have really set us away.
Yeah. Alan, in fact, made something out of nothing there, didn't he?
Yes, he did, but this boy's got ability, and I think he's going to fit in very well.
How did you rate his performance today?
Well, I thought that he had a very good game for his first game, and I thought all lads moved well, but I think when he gets really buried down into our system and knows what it's all about, I think he'll be a big asset.
What exactly does that mean, Don?
Well, it means 90 minutes hard work plus ability.
He seems to be coming back quite a bit, though, quite happily.
Yes, he grafted very well today, and we're very pleased all round with his performance.
He was, in fact, a little bit unlucky not to score the first goal for Leeds United in the season when he took this half chance, this fine shot on the turn which hit the crossbar with Corrigan well beaten.
Yeah, well, I thought it should have been a penalty before he got to Alan. John's got the ball, he's played it down the right wing to Paul, and now you see the ball goes into the middle. Now, Pete Lowman gets this ball. Now, that was a penalty when Alan goes over with the bar, but I thought it was a penalty in the first case.
One point I would make there about Alan Clark, he looked a better player when Mick Jones was on the park.
That's a difficult thing to say. I thought Pete Lowman did well second half too.
But it's a similar sort of player.
But Mick opened out very well today, Mick Jones, and unfortunately got this injury and had to go off.
And finally, what about Mick Jones? Is he going to be fit for Tuesday?
Well, we'll see how he is on Monday morning. If he's not 100% fit, we won't.
It's the back, isn't it?
Yes, he strained his back when he dropped off.
Well, thanks very much, Don.
Thank you.
Don't think I've ever met Don when he doesn't think he should have had a penalty. Right, well, just before we get involved with our plans for the new season, we've just been reflecting in the studio, and it's well worth mentioning, that the Football League in this country possibly produces the best value for money of any form of entertainment anywhere in the world. I mean, where else, for prices as low as £5 bob, can you see moves and players like this? First, Alan Clark.
Hits the back.
And pure football moves like this by Manchester City.
Work with him. Shall it be back to Young?
Next, the genius that adds up to George Best.
Styles. Trying to work a position. Best gets it there.
Now the poaching that's produced so many goals for Liverpool's Roger Hunt.
Smith prepares to take the free kick. And it's doubled! That's his 300th goal!
And the thrill of the sheer power of Bobby Charlton.
Now, Charlton
The all-purpose play of West Ham's Martin Peters.
well laid back and
The heading ability of Southampton's Ron Davis. And the play of men like Wyn Davis and Bobby Moncur of Newcastle.
Duke with a kick. Wyn Davis got a real chance.
Well, now, every week, in place of our usual match of the day, we've got a new style soccer program in which you can see two matches. We do have the national match of the day, but everywhere each week there'll be a regional match as well. A look at the map will explain what I mean. Well, now, as well as the national match of the day, you'll get matches from the southeast. Ken Wilson and I will be sharing the southeast match of the day. From the west, where Will Robling, who won the Sports Night BBC commentator competition out of 10,000 applicants, will be enjoying work this season. He'll be commentating on the West Region matches. And Wales, Wally Barnes will be commentating, a former Welsh captain, who at the moment is on a slow boat back from South Africa. And the Midlands, Alan Weeks. And up north, we'll be enjoying the comments of Barry Davis, who's just joined the BBC team, and we're joining once more now in Leeds.
Well, I think, David, one of the most fascinating things about this area is that in spite of all the success they've had here in recent years, so many of the teams are still improving. And of course, Stuart Hall and I will be looking at all the teams from Merseyside to Leeds, from Manchester to Newcastle. But one of the sides that hasn't yet got into the establishment, as it were, is Sheffield Wednesday, a side that often starts so well, but then tends to rather peter out. Now, whether they're going to improve upon that this season depends much upon the two gentlemen to my left there, new manager Danny Williams.